You know much about that Anthony Brown kid?
He went to Boston College. Yeah. I mean, he's a solid guy. I think he has a good arm. I don't know how much they're gonna put on his plate, but I know he's capable. I know he doesn't shy away from an opportunity. So we don't know if we're gonna play him, but if we do, we gotta be ready.
How tough is it to go into this week trying to prepare for a game on a short week and you don't know what quarterback you're going to face?
Yeah, it's just like double duty. I mean, we don't have much tape. He has some preseason tape. I think he threw the ball 5 times in the last game, but yeah, it's just double duty. Preparing for both and just trying to be ready for anything.
It seems like they've constructed their quarterback room. There's sort of a prototype with them. Does that make it easier in some regards?
Oh, a little bit. Obviously, number 8 is the most dynamic. 2 can. I know last year he kind of got jiggy on us. He made a couple guys miss. So they're all, like you said, similar body types, similar skill sets, but they all have little different details about them. But we just got to prepare for all of them.
What do you remember about Huntley from last year going against him in that second game?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, if he don't like what he sees, he can pull the ball down and make guys miss. He can make throws. He's very similar to number 8, but obviously 8's the guy. But we just got to be ready to go because they're all good quarterbacks.
John, the last 3 times against Lamar, you guys have been pretty good. Is it a good matchup? Is it familiarity helps you? Is there something that you can point to as to why that's happening?
Yeah, I think it's just division games, familiar opponent. We study harder, we live harder, we practice harder, and it gets us ready for the game. So I think it's just, division opponent.
John, what's the mindset of this team going into this game, given that y'all are pretty much out of the playoff conversation at this point?
Just 1 week at a time. When you step between those white lines, you want to put your best work out there. You'll forever be judged, and definitely just want to go out there and be the best version of us that we can be.
Miles said after the Bengals game that if you can't get in the playoffs now, you're going to try to knock people out. That could be the goal going forward. Is that something sentiment you share?
I mean, I don't think you go into the game with that mindset. Obviously, you just want to win, and if it so happens to mess up their chances, so be it. But, anybody that they put in front of us, we got to go out there and try to get out there and get a win.
JJ, with not knowing which quarterback you're going to have, J.K. Dobbins is back, Gus Edwards, I mean, just how on point do you guys have to be in terms of run fits and gap integrity and all that stuff this week?
Oh, yeah. We know they're going to run the ball. We saw last week. I think they ran the ball 40 times. J.K., he's fresh legs. He went for over 100 last week. So it's no secret to it. You got to go out there, have gap integrity. Got to fight off blocks. You got to hit blockers, and you got to hit the runners. They got some good runners with the ball. So it's one of those weeks. You got to put your big boy pads on. We'll be ready to go.
There was so much, expectation and hope in the offseason and optimism among you guys. Just, I guess now that you're at this point in the season, realizing maybe you didn't live up to those expectations collectively as a group. Just how do you guys compartmentalize that, deal with that as you go through this last quarter of the season?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you just want to put your best work out there. Each and every week is different. It's ups and downs every season, and, we've been riding away. But, we got 4 more shots left, guaranteed, to go out there and just execute at a high level. Put good tape out there. It's guys in their last year of their deal. It's rookies trying to make a name for themselves, younger guys. So every time you step out there, you just want to put your best work out there, and that's what we're trying to do.
John, when you looked back on the Bengals game and Jamar Chase, was there anything you guys could have done differently, do you think?
I feel like our awareness could have been a little higher, just like, with Boyd out and Higgins out, like they're going to force feed him the ball. I mean, I feel like we could have just put more attention on him instead of just trying to, I don't know the word, just stand up against him. Sometimes we've been one-on-one with him. I don't think we should have done that, but hindsight is 20/20. So I just think we should have had more attention on him as players, on the field, understanding where he is, and they're trying to get him the ball.
Wasn't that the game plan, though? So, I mean, are you guys saying that on the field you could have done anything differently, or is this something that has to come from when we draw it up?
Nah, just like I said, I think it's just awareness, like understanding the situation. Like the quarterback's going to look at him every single play, whether he's open or not. So I think it's just an awareness thing.
And how about JOK being out for the season? How disappointing is that for you guys?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, that's like, I think the 4th guy, like a core guy in our linebacker room that went down. It's unfortunate. It's going to be tough without him. He's a fantastic player, but, it just presents an opportunity for someone else to come in and make a name for themselves. So we'll see how it goes.
They ran the ball pretty well on Pittsburgh last week. It looks like Dobbins is getting back to his former self. What's the challenge in stopping their running game?
Yeah, just understanding the challenge at hand. They're going to run it. Like I said, it's not a secret. They're going to come out with big people on the field, and it's going to be big on big. And like I said, fresh legs. He's going to come out, try to prove himself, like you said. So it's a challenge ahead of us, and we're up for it.
Hey, John, you talked about when you came over the kind of difference in playing AFC North football, and I know Deshaun had his first game in Cincinnati. Now he's got another one back to back. Like, if he asked you what it was like, what would you tell him?
It's tough. I mean, it's big hits. They're going to run the ball. It's not pretty. It's not a pretty league. I mean, not a pretty division by any means. It's cold. And it's just like smash mouth. Even when they throw the ball, they can throw like quick screens, and you just got to go out there and tackle. Like it's a tough division, and I just say like put your big boy pads on and understand what's in front of you.
And the touchdown to Chase the other day, is there anything you guys could have done? The fact that where Burrow put the ball, it looked like Chase didn't even know it was coming until the last second.
Honestly, truth be told, I think I was in the post. I think it kind of took myself and Denzel like by surprise. It took Chase by surprise. I went off, body demeanor, stuff like that, and it's just a play where you got to finish, regardless of the situation, regardless of how a route is being ran, just finish the play, and fortunately we didn't. So,
John, coming here from somewhere else, how big of an adjustment is the weather? Do you talk about that with guys, and is that a real thing you could factor in when you're preparing?
I mean, yeah, it's a huge difference, but everywhere gets cold. Eventually, this part of the year, you're going to have to play road games. If you go deep into the playoffs, you're going to eventually have to play in the cold. So it's just something you get used to. Luckily, we do it every day. So I think, that builds up a little armor for us. But it's definitely a difference, throughout the regular season. But, if you want to play big-time football, I feel like even like youth league and stuff like that, you're going to end up having to play in the cold. So it's just a part of the game.
John, you're a passionate player. You've let it be known in answers after the game. Do you feel that way when you hear critics say that this was a waste of a season? Do you think that's fair?
I mean, if you're looking at the big picture, I mean, the big prize, obviously, the chances of taking it all the way is slim, very slim. But, it was an opportunity for guys to go out there and play at a high level, put good tape out there. Like I said, there's young guys trying to make a name for themselves. Other guys, might not be here next year looking for a new home. So I don't think it's a waste. It's ever a waste. There were flashes of good things. It's just one of those seasons where it was tough. But that's football. You got to ride the roller coaster and enjoy the whole process.